Some people are born with all the luck in the world, but that's not the case for Hannah. In fact, the young orphan seemed to have been dealt an exceptionally difficult hand from the start. Yet, it was clear in Hannah's life that someone was looking out for her, and she remained optimistic in the face of any challenge she faced. Hannah is a real fighter who, despite her shortcomings, proves the opposite every time. Hannah had a hard life in her early years. She faced incredible obstacles and embarked on a journey rarely seen by anyone her age. But what is her real story? What made her grow up to be as resilient and brave as she is today? And where is she now? Hannah had a rough start as she was rejected by her own mother from birth. On this fateful day, Hannah held her siblings' hands tightly. Her palms were sweaty and she felt very nervous. Their parents had called them into the living room and apparently had some bad news to share. She felt uncomfortable. Hannah had heard a lot of bad news over the years, and she wasn't looking forward to what she would hear today. The room was silent for a moment, and then Hannah's mother finally spoke. "Please don't panic, but I have something to tell you." Hannah felt tears well up in her eyes. To fully understand the impact of this day, a little background on Hannah's incredible life is in order. Hannah's story begins with the Kritzeks, the family that raised Hannah to become the inspiring individual she is today. Larry and Jackie Kritzek were a young Minnesota couple raising 3 teenagers, Kelly, Mark, and Matt, when they met the sweet girl who would change their lives forever. Hannah is part of the family, and they can't live without her anymore. Hannah experiences the love and care she receives from her family every day, so she has no need to look for her biological family. Hannah's father is still unknown. Both Jackie and Larry were active in their communities. They loved to give back and taught their 3 children to do the same. One weekend, the couple decided to volunteer at the local orphanage. They would play with the kids and help them in any way needed. The couple did not know what exactly this visit would mean for them. Neither Larry nor Jackie met Hannah until later in the day when a nurse took her outside for some sunlight. It was like a lightning strike. Larry and Jackie couldn't believe they had a daughter. It was like love at first sight. They immediately fell in love with their daughter, and she wanted to take her home as soon as possible so that the rest of the family could see Hannah. Larry had to fill out a lot of forms before they could finally take Hannah home. Boober, their large Mastiff dog, also had to accept the addition of a new family member. Jackie was busy getting the dog and her children used to the idea of having a child. Fortunately, she took it easy and made sure everyone in the family could get used to the idea of Hannah coming to live with them. But life would soon change for the young girl and time moved quickly. At school, Hannah made friends, and this was important to her. She felt good and accepted by her family and friends. This was, of course, good for self-confidence. Every now and then felt watched when outsiders kept staring because she has a unique appearance. Nevertheless, she made the best of it and enjoys life every day. Hannah is a real student who likes to learn. She gets high grades and she appears to excel in sports. Harry and Jackie are proud of what Hannah has achieved so far. Despite the fact that she got good grades and was happy, she didn't like to talk about the negative reactions she gets from strange people. When Hannah finally asked about Jackie and Larry, they were confronted with the one thing they had feared since bringing Hannah home and into their lives. They knew the day would come, but had long feared its coming. Hannah sat with her parents with tears in her eyes, and she needed to know the truth. "Why am I different?" she asked. Jackie and Larry smiled at their daughter and gently explained to the young child that she was different because she was very special. In fact, she was one of only 100 known people in the world with a condition called primordial dwarfism. It is a different kind of dwarfism and extremely rare. Fortunately, Hannah has many friends who accept her completely. She gets a lot of strength and love from this. The condition involves a person being born in the womb or developing dwarfism. As a result, most people diagnosed with primordial dwarfism have a relatively short life expectancy of about 30 years. Hannah was expected to deal with many troubling health issues, which left her hospitalized frequently and requiring constant care. This also meant that Hannah's life was constantly lived in mild to severe pain, and with medical tests and examinations to make sure she was in good health. Any misstep could lead to serious consequences. It's the kind of news that would send anyone into depression. But Hannah was determined to live her life to the fullest. Hannah is no longer afraid. She joins the fun with other students at her school. She is radiant and happy with her appearance. As her family expected, some of the students treated Hannah cruelly, teasing and calling names at her. This made high school life very difficult for the young teen. But Hannah had one advantage. She was constantly protected by her siblings. In fact, her brothers were constantly fighting to protect her. But even this couldn't protect her from certain things. Hannah was happy that she had the chance to grow up in a family that treated her normally despite her special appearance. This was the reason why she has become such a strong personality. Life looked rosy for this young lady. Eventually, in high school, Hannah met amazing friends who would eventually become her best friends, Emily Toft and Heidi Melgren. Hannah got older and so did her friends. Despite the difference in height and appearance, they remained good friends. They accepted Hannah as a friend once and nothing, and no one will be able to change that. Despite the rarity of her condition, Hannah found a friend who knew exactly what she was going through, because he was actually going through the same thing. Bradley Jordan also suffered from a form of dwarfism, which allowed him to share important experiences with Hannah and help them understand each other's lives. Brady and Hannah are the perfect couple and they really love each other. What a wonderful couple! Hannah's life is like a fairy tale, a sad start but a long and happy ending. Hannah doesn't just focus on making her dreams come true. When high school was over, the teenager and her two best friends went on a trip. They devoted several months to adventure and finding themselves and had a great time exploring the country. But in the midst of the fun, something tragic was about to happen. Pain and sadness is something no one wants to experience. Hannah was busy with her vacation. Bradley was not doing well at home. He was suffering from serious complications. Bradley's family initially kept the news to themselves. Hannah's family thought this was a selfish act, considering that the couple has a serious relationship. After urging from Hannah's family, Bradley's parents decided to contact Hannah. Not long after the adventure was over, Hannah received heartbreaking news. Bradley had died from his condition. Hannah was devastated by the death of her loved one. A few months ago, the couple still had wedding plans, and now he unfortunately passed away due to his condition. Hannah was reminded for the first time in her life that people with her disease don't have a long life expectancy. Was it wise for her to plan far ahead? While Hannah was very sad about Bradley's passing, it also made her appreciate the life she had been given. She felt grateful. Despite the pain Hannah felt, it was time to move on with her life. She continued to cherish the moments and love they had. In addition to her already exciting pursuits, she joined a dance crew and began working her way into regional competitions. She underwent a serious medical procedure that allowed her to correct her scoliosis and live her moment on stage. But life was about to get crazier. Hannah likes to be involved in all kinds of activities. Cycling, swimming, dancing are the activities she is involved in. After her surgery and joining the dance crew, Hannah did something she always dreamed of doing. She went on television with an interview on The Maury Show. Hannah was able to share her experience of dwarfism with viewers and create awareness. But something else happened that day, something the young girl would never forget. What will it be? She met her hero, Selena Gomez. Hannah had been a fan of the actress for a long time and had watched her shows and attended her concerts. So it was a big shock and a blessing when Maury announced that the star would meet Hannah. But the feeling of joy wouldn't last long. Hannah would soon receive even worse news. Not long after her TV debut and meeting her favorite poster, Hannah was faced with the death of a loved one again. As they sat in the living room with their parents, they could already feel the fear in the air, but nothing could prepare them for what they were about to hear. Jackie was sick. She had polycystic kidney disease and needed a transplant. Everyone in the family was sad and worried about Jackie's health. She opened the letter with a wooden letter opener that her grandfather had given her, and Hannah was told that she was indeed a match for her mother's procedure. She was happy and excited when she heard the news, but there were also drawbacks. Given her condition, Hannah was informed that the risks of the surgery were too great for her and that she might need to take serious precautions to ensure she survived the surgery. Hannah jumped into the air and screamed with joy. She now had to tell everyone in the family, "Mom, I got results from the hospital. I am your donor match." Jackie was very happy and cried with joy. What she had to do was convince her parents, who weren't thrilled about the idea. It took several tries, but her parents finally agreed. The operation took place and was a success. Hannah had helped save the life of the woman who had saved hers. Hannah, as always, bounced back quickly from such a life-changing event. Her appearance on The Maury Show may have been her first television appearance, but it certainly won't be her last. The young girl started an acting career and appeared in many shows and movies. She even produced and featured in the popular documentary Little and Looking for Love. Her family supported her completely with her goals and were able to motivate her when she lost her motivation. Hannah believes it is important that people with dwarfism have better opportunities, and she is fully committed to more medical research being done to give people with dwarfism a better chance. Size does not determine potential. Hannah goes to concerts, parties, dances, and does whatever she thinks will bring joy to her life. She tries not to think about her life expectancy, and when she does, she looks forward to enjoying what she can. It's all about love of life and love of the now.